What up, guys? So this time on Shoki Out the Box, we're going to be taking a look at these things I set way too far away to start this. We've got some Dragon Ball, Dragon Stars figures. And these are actually the very first figures, actually from Dragon Stars. So I've got Super Saiyan Goku, got regular old Vegeta, and then Lord Beerus. Is it weird that he's the one I'm most excited for? I have so many Super Saiyans. Alright, so, and these are all the Shenron BAF, which is half the reason I'm doing this, is because, well, frankly, I had the other three and the other three parts of Shenron, and I really, really wanted to complete it. Oh, I guess I could start with Goku. He's number one. So we got Le Goku. It's basically the same body that we saw with the very first original Goku. He's got the really weird chest, very straight cut top there. And he's definitely got some overspray from the Super Saiyan hair. Not the best Super Saiyan head, though now I'm looking at it, it's actually kind of similar to the Super Saiyan 3 head, even though it's many, many years later. But he's so orange. That's what's different. Like, this is a very different orange from, like, standard Goku. Or even like Gohan, even though it's mostly the same kind of design and body. It's actually very close to the Super Saiyan 3 orange. And I'm wondering if they did that to be like he's powered up and he's got his aura. Kind of what they did with Kaioken Super Saiyan Blue. With that reddish color they tried to kind of have over him, which just looked terrible. Because he was actually more blue with that. The red aura actually highlighted everything, made him more blue. Very nice box art right there. Look at that. That's the one thing I should have saved all the boxes because I was going to cut the sides off and turn it into like one big thing. I did not do that. So the box art is very nice. There's no read-ups and nothing. That's one thing that's kind of dumb about this line. They don't give you anything. I will say, he's heavy. He's a solid little figure. That Shenron head's legit. Like, there's only a few, like, actual Shenron figures. There's a really badass figure arts one that I would love to have. But it's expensive. Then there's, like, big old statues. Oh, that's funny. They cut his horns the same way. Regardless. Come on, buddy. What? How is he stuck? Like, there's nothing holding him in. Oh, I see. Why would they do that? The bottom jaw was caught. So I'm just going to look at that real quick. That's a nice little Shenron head. Look at it. Now, I actually saw these figures when they first came out. I had no idea what they were or anything like that. I saw that it had a Shenron Build-A-Figure. I wasn't really into figure collecting at that point. I was doing mostly this. I didn't even have Marvel Legends or anything like that. Hardly any Transformers in comparison to what's going on nowadays. So I passed on the line, even though it looked pretty cool and I liked Dragon Ball. And I think at this point I had seen Battle of Gods. Because I remember seeing Beerus and I'm like, oh hey. Bet he's going to be real wobbly. In case you're wondering, I do have a pile of boxes over there. Ugh. Some nastiness there. Like I said, it does feel hefty, which is interesting. And it definitely got some mold release or something on him. He feels very slick. Get that hip up in there. Listen, there's definitely something to say about these kids. He's a Super Saiyan who can look up. Most of the time their heads are stuck, he can actually look up. They actually gave him enough room between his chin and the back of his head. That's a first. And go figure, they did it on the original figure. There was puns in there. Oh, wow, yeah, those elbows are loose. Glad he's not holding on to anything. He looks okay. Though the hair sculpt looks incredibly similar to uh, Super Saiyan Rose. Or even Perfect. Zamasu. I couldn't think. Sorry, I was looking at all the flaky stuff. I mean, other than the paint mishaps, here and there. So it's orange plastic with skin tone and blue painted over it. I will say, just by looking at it, that skin tone is about as close as they've ever come to matching to the actual plastic. Because I believe, yeah. So this forearm, no, the forearm is actually skin tone. This is funny. The arm is skin tone. The blue and the orange is painted on. That's funny. That's real funny. It does move nice. It got the same double ball joint everybody else has. I'm just impressed by the head movement, honestly. But they gave him a little bit too much of a forehead. It's not assembled the best. And this version of Goku had a real bad seam line down the neck, right through there, the way the body hinged together. I did notice that on the previous Goku. He looks like a video game, like a CG render of Goku. I think that's one of the major differences. It's probably how they got the super flat chest. Look at that. He has like nothing going on here. And he's Goku. He's going to be bulky. I'm actually going to forego the fists at all on this one. I'm going to give him hands. And this is something new. He's got a hand like this. In fact, both of his hands, instead of just being an open, like chopping or I'm going to get you hands, these actually look like Kamehameha hands. And I guess it's not a first. I think the other one did it too. However, there's no way for him to actually reach across himself because he doesn't have a butterfly. It's one of the sad tragedies of this line is that they weren't actually able to fully articulate these guys. But I can get an okay semblance of a Kamehameha happening. Because normally it's off to one side. So I can sort of do that number. And I can turn the head that way. Or I can be like, hey, you need to... Hey there, Goku. Why don't you pretend to be making the Kamehameha happen? And he'd be like, okay, I can do that. Actually, it works better for charging it than actually doing it. So that works out better. Nice. Get him up on a stand and he's like, Ka me ha. Copyright. Okay, so let's move on to Veggie. Oh, and by the way, this will conclude with Shenron. I gotta get the other parts. Okay, they're right there behind my computer. Yeah, that's the other thing, is like, it would have been cool, okay, if I had Super Saiyan Goku already, so I had the head. At least with the head of Shenron, you got something. I had the tail and the back legs. Not a lot to do there. So there's Vegeta's box. There's his box art, looking all proud and awesome. This is definitely like Cell Saga Vegeta. I guess technically speaking, they're all supposed to be around Battle of Gods. Since we do have the Beerus, he's got the hand, so I'm gonna leave this Vegeta with the fist. So honestly, this mold and this head sculpt for Vegeta is probably my favorite comparatively. Like all of the other Vegetas I've gotten, the Super Saiyan Blue, the one from Battle of Gods where he's wearing the gray Whiskey, which looks so bad if I'm honest. And he is smaller, which is interesting. But that head sculpt kind of sucks. I actually prefer this one. So this is almost identical, I think, or at least very close to the Super Saiyan one, and they just repaint it. But he looks good. I mean, he's actually got a nice size to him. He's got the thick neck. That's how you know it's definitely a Cell Saga version where he's a lot more buff. The paint is kind of clear, but you can see where they airbrushed it. It's just not... It's not a super clean line on almost anything. Everything's just kind of soft, like a soft edge, which sucks. Do remember my Vegeta had issues standing, or at least one of them did, where it toast. Oh, and yeah, I love the fact that he's got like just 2 little abs hanging out there at the bottom. Not a lot of torso. Hair is painted very nice with that matte black. That looks pretty good. He does not have a lot of range of movement, though. He can mostly just look down. Which, considering how short he is, only being able to look down is not very beneficial. Let's see if this still has the weird scale problem of him being the same size as Goku. Because that was something that the other ones had. So, yeah. At the feet, their faces are almost the same height. So, he's not to scale with Goku. I mean, he's not like super short compared to Goku, but like, he should be a little bit shorter. You know, the Prince of all Saiyans. That's how he always talks. But that's a cool figure. Not a lot more to look at him. He's kind of limited compared to even like Goku and stuff. Because anybody who has like that open torso that you can really see, they don't really give a lot of articulation to. I dropped a hand and a box. It's okay. I legit have a whole little Tupperware container of spare hands. Okay, so let's see if I can get the Shenron part out here. Once again, these are mostly the things that I'm excited for with this. So this is the part that goes right up to the head. It's painted very nicely, very lizardy. Got the red stripe going all along the belly. Got each part is keyed, so it can only really go together one way. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and just slap the head on here, I guess. Oh, maybe that isn't the next part, because that doesn't go into the head. Oh, Beerus has that part, I guess. What's weird? Hold on. Oh, yeah. Okay, so Beerus is technically the second part. Either way, so that part's pretty cool. Moving on to Lord Beerus, who is the newest he's, for me, the newest non-Saiyan character I've gotten. Who was the last non-Saiyan? Cell. So, no, Boo. I got Boo after Cell. So, I mean, like, I legit have mostly Saiyan. I mean, I have a whole shelf of Saiyans and then one Namekian. Which they do have the new Piccolo coming out, who totally comes with his cape and all that. So they're totally selling us the same figure twice. Ooh. Shenron instructions. Oh, that's cool. He's very balled up. It's very weird. Okay, so it tells you how to assemble the base in the right way. Because Beerus comes with the base and all that stuff, so. Alright, toss that aside. Oh, box art looked nice. I kind of forgot to look at that. Beerus looks cool. It's got some nice paint apps and everything. Okay, there's the base. So here's the base for it. That sounded violent. Okay. So nice hard plastic base. I'm going to assemble this while I'm thinking about it, because I don't want to do it here in a minute. Okay. And it looks like these are all made for very specific ones. I guess that's a good way to keep people from screwing up. Literally make it unscrew-upable. So each one has a different size thing to it, so it can only really go on the one spot. Okay, so that's going to hold the head. I know that there's a notch in the chin, and then that'll take some of the body and some of the tail. So there's the base kind of assembled. That's neat. Oh. So it's a good thing that it comes with that part, because the actual The actual Shenron part that I can't get out of here. So, stuck. That is definitely the smallest chunk of him. Look at that. It's really just the neck part. So this is the part that goes up to the head. That's where I was looking for. So I'm going to set that over there. We're going to pull out Beerus. Beerus is one of my new favoriteest characters. Also, happy to have some hands for something totally new. Okay, so we got cat face. Looks good. He's got his earring. Painted gold. Honestly, he's done incredibly well. The molding for his top here is nice. The paint is super clean. Just wipe that off. A little bit rougher down here on this part, but not bad. So now that we've got, well, we've had Beerus. Why don't we have a Whis? I think there's a fig where it's Whis. Oh no, this is a problem. He has no arm rotation. Like, at all. Like, it's only at the shoulders. Like, I was thinking maybe he had a bicep cut. He doesn't. So as a figure, he's super, super weak in that aspect. He doesn't even have anything for at the bicep. And, you know, he's got a molded in ring. He's got an armband. It's the perfect place to do that. Okay, so he has a tail. You can go up or down, mostly just on a ball joint there. Yeah, he's got some ab crunch and movement. Looks pretty cool. I'm going to give him one of his hands. I'm going to give him his right hand. It's nice looking clawed hands. You gonna go on there? Okay. Kind of wish it was the stop hand. And I also wish he had his mouth like open. That would look cool. Like a yelling face. That's another thing they don't do. I would rather, instead of giving us more hands, give us a different head. Like, that's the main thing I really wish they would do. Instead of selling us an entirely new figure to get a Super Saiyan, just give us a swappable head. It'd be so much better. But ultimately, he looks good. His feet are probably going to be really hindered, if I had to guess. Oh, there's somebody else we need. We need Shin or Spring Kai. We haven't gotten any Kais. We don't even have a King Kai. Like, they need to do like a whole Kai like set. That would be awesome. Especially King Kai. How do you not have King Kai? That's awesome. Let's see if he can stand. Oh, there's one thing I didn't check with Vegeta. Oh, nice. He stands good. Okay, let me get this other hand out here, and then we're gonna build a Shenron. We're gonna build a Shenron over here. Okay, so I've got Beerus there. See, he does look good. All right, so we got the base, and this is all the stuff that I had done before. So he's got a pretty hefty back half here. In fact, one of the parts is actually 2 whole sections. So there's that. All right, so the next one is this part. And it should go together like this. That's pretty cool. Don't get the neck, so to speak. Slap that together. So now we got a real twisty pretzel dragon. And finally, the head. All right. Look at that guy. Oh, can't. The autofocus is off. Look at that. All right, so how do I do this? Okay, so that needs to go over there. Like, I was fairly certain That's got to go in for his chin, right? Like, he does have that tab that's totally right up his chin. Wait, maybe this goes in here. Once again, those instructions are so good that I'm not even following. There we go. There he is. There's our Shenron boy. That looks awesome. I do wish it had like a tiny set of Dragon Balls right there. Or that maybe he wasn't so pretzeled up. Like he was a little bit, you know, taller. But he does look good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these boys out here. I have a feeling Goku's going to give me the most amount of trouble. Alright. So guys, if you like this video, give me a big old thumbs up. If you have this set, let me know if you have the same problems I do. Otherwise, go ahead and check out the Shoki merch store. And if you want to check out the Patreon, by all means do that. We got Ray hanging out over here watching it. Then let me get Wally in there. But guys, I'll catch you on that next review. And this is probably going to be a big cluster once I turn this thing on. But see you next time. Remember, as always, to keep on.